In addition to our selection tools, in addition to quick masking, in addition to layer masking, we also have a dedicated select and mask environment. If I choose one of my selection tools, I can then click on select and mask. If I choose, I can first make a rough selection and then refine it in select and mask, or I can just go directly to select and mask. Because I currently have no selection active, this is how it looks when I arrive. There are different ways of viewing the image. If you press the F key, you can cycle through them. To start with, I want to be in this view, onion skin. I have a transparency of 50%. I'll now come and choose Select Subject. That's a very good start. I'm now just going to refine the edges. I'll press the F key to cycle through my view modes to view the image on white. You can see that we have a number of problem areas where the original background color is being trapped within the strands of hair. I'll come and choose the Refine Hair option, and that improves things, but we still have that same problem persisting. Select and Mask has its own dedicated tools. We have a quick selection tool, a brush, object selection tool, and a lasso tool. These all function the same way as they do in the main Photoshop environment. But we also have a Refine Edge tool. You can use this to clarify to Photoshop the distinction between the subject and its background. Depending on the context, it may not work very well, but it will work in situations like this. I'll increase the size of the brush, and then I'm just going to paint over that area right there, and you can see that it's smart enough to remove the background color. So I'll come and do that elsewhere. I'm also going to use it to fix up a problem like this. I might also want to use my paintbrush tool. This is not based on any edge detection, but rather just painting. I'm going to subtract from the edge, so I'll hold down the Option or Alt key. Command or Control 0 to go back to your Fit in Window view. What I'm not going to use on this kind of image are the edge detection sliders. That's because this selection is so subtle that we would lose its subtleties by using these sliders. I'm going to scroll down to the output settings. In certain situations, decontaminate colors might be a useful option. If you still have remnants of your background color, it will use the color of the hair or whatever it is you're isolating to replace those fringing colors. I find that more often than not, it gives an undesirable result. So I'm not going to use it, but I would say that it's worth experimenting with. So long as you are outputting to a new layer with layer masks, all of your changes are both reversible and you can continue to work on those changes on the layer mask. That's my result. You see a new layer. I'm going to now put behind this a layer of solid color. And you know, there's maybe a couple of areas that we could fix up. I've still got some trace elements of the background color, and I'm perhaps being a bit aggressive with the masking on this area. So I will come to the layer mask, double click on the layer mask, and then click on Select and Mask. And I'll use my brush tool to just paint over that area. I'll come down here and try a little bit more with my Refine Edge tool. This time I want to output just to a layer mask. I don't want to create another new layer. Let's take a look at a different sort of image. For something like this, a more straightforward selection, I would typically begin with my selection tools. So I'll come to Select Subject, and that's done a pretty good job. It's a good starting point, but you can see that there are parts of the penguin that are not selected. I'll now enter Select a Mask. I could try and use the Quick Selection tool, but the Quick Selection tool in the main environment didn't work so well, so the one here is not going to work any better. I'm going to use the Brush tool instead. I'll change my view mode by pressing the F key until I'm in the onion skin mode. And now using my brush tool, I'll paint in those areas that should be selected. Coming to the minus brush or holding down the Option or Alt key, I'll paint out those areas that I do not want selected. Now the F key to cycle through the different viewing modes. And you see that certain viewing modes will highlight problems that you might not see in others. Now we have a bit of a bumpy selection over here. So to fix this, I'm going to use the global refinements. And I'll start with the smooth slider. I'll add a very modest amount of feathering to soften the edge. I'll also add some contrast to the edge. And then I'm going to shift the edge. Typically we want to contract, i.e. move to the left. I'll choose to output to a new layer with Layer Mask. I will Option or Alt and click on the Layer Mask to evaluate it. And I see further problems here that I hadn't seen previously. I could go back to Select a Mask, but I can also fix them here on the Layer Mask. I'm in my brush tool and I'm painting in white. As a final option to consider, you can use a technique called choking the mask. I've clicked onto the Layer Mask. I'll come to Image, Adjustments, Levels, and then I can drag my black point slider to the right. Now as I do this, let me just zoom in. Here's the starting point. As I drag the black point slider to the right, that contracts the mask. I'll also get my midpoint slider and move this to the right as well.